Welcome back. It's a bit of a snowy day, as you can see here, so it's a prime weather for either snow drifting or working on the car. So we're working on the car. Loki, come on. The Australian dog loves the snow. Come buddy, let's go. So we're in the shop, been in the shop all day to be honest. It was definitely no working day today, so we got a fair bit done. We'll give you a quick, we're working on the front end of the E92, so a new crash support structure. We were just going to do a single bar, but we've gone for a single bar top and a hoop at the bottom. I'm going to have a fair bit in the front of this thing to try and protect, so let's, I'll show you quickly what we've done. We'll run through what we've done and what I plan to do and why I did it and how we're going to get it done. Let's get this happening. So that's what we've come up with here. Basically we've got a top support bar. This one here, it's pretty hard on the bumper. It's probably about an inch of clearance between impact and that bar. It's a super thin wall. It's a 065 wall, 1.5 inches. And then this is 065 wall as well. And then we've just welded a solid slug in here with a 3/8 hole in it. So that's pretty much what we've come up with. It's way lighter, way lighter. The other one was like, it was actually, I bought this car with a few things done to it. That was one thing that was done, and it was, we'll call it the HD model. She was pretty heavy duty, so it's kind of good to get all that weight out of the front of it. And this one will be pretty sweet and simple. We're going to go through now. We're going to do some of our rod like we did in the back. We're going to have like a hose clamp piece of material here with a piece of rod on it that's going to support the bottom of the bumper. So that's our next thing. We'll support the bottom of the bumper. And we're thinking we may run a splitter on this thing again. So we're just going to have a look at some ideas for mounting the splitter. But essentially, crash support's pretty close to being done. We have to work on something. So this here whoop, 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 is kind of flimsy to be honest. So when it's on the car, let's see if I can do this one handed. Probably. Oh baby. Alright. So, well, I've got our little issue, well, not issue, but the thing we have to resolve is this. That's why we got the hood on, so we can get the fitment of this pretty good. We need to build a support to stop this. So what we're going to do is something probably pretty similar to what we did in the back with the bend it up out of bar and some tabs on it. So that's what I'm going to work on now. But I think I want to make it either bolt on to that crash support or clamp on. I still haven't quite decided, but we're going to make that the piece that, you know, we shouldn't need. I'm going to make a jig and a couple of crash supports, which we'll go through in this video, but I kind of want that piece that's something that I don't have to make every time, because the chances of this here getting all smashed up to the point of not repairable is I mean, it's possible, but when that does happen, we're probably going home that day because it's going to be pretty munted up front end and probably won't drive. So I think I'm just going to make that a bolt-on piece or a clamp-on piece to support it, so we can just swap that over between them rather than having like a super intricate jig that needs like a million brackets and pieces off of it. So we're going to work on having this piece that supports this. That's going to be bolt-on or clamp-on. We haven't quite decided yet. And then this here, this bottom support, we got a fair bit of like room here, so some sort of support that comes from down here up and then down to the middle or something, then from the middle up and down, just so it can support the bottom. So some pretty light duty, mate. Just had another, oh mate, I just had another idea. I may just weld it off here, to be honest. A bar that comes from here down, across and back up. Just a little light duty. Probably might even do it out of that 3/16. It doesn't need much, it just needs enough support to stop it from folding and flopping around. So I may just do it out of that because that's pretty much permanent to the car. If that gets bent, we can bend it back. Oh, she's tough. So I'm going to think about that. Top idea, that's the one we know. I definitely know what I want to do for that, so we'll get that done. So first step, get that done. That's our bar. You can see how we made it. Pretty simple. It's actually like kind of a basic front end, to be honest, on this car. And the chassis rail's already boxed out for us, so we can use existing bolt holes. So kind of pretty sweet. So that's what we're working with. We'll let's get into making this support, make it all fit, make it look nice. Alright, so as you've seen there, we got that thing apart. It actually comes apart pretty easy. And this is the brackets that we've done here. So this one here, kind of made it hold on with some hose clamps. So she's nice and simple, easy. And if it gets a good hit, it can move. And you know, either it's going to move or something's going to break. So that's that one. And then these little ones here, nice and simple, piece of quarter. Bolts on with the factory bumper bolt style clamp. Just welded onto there, so they're nice and simple. One of them on each end. Then our headlight brackets. Just a simple bolt with a piece of pipe again, with a bracket and a bolt to hold the headlight in. So that's super simple. We got the tow point here. Then it actually is part of the bottom support that you can see on the bumper. Down on the bumper there, we've got that bottom brace, that one there. So yeah, that holds the bottom of the bumper together. So all pretty simple stuff, as kind of light and easy as I could design it. Pretty replaceable. So we're going to work on it now and make a jig, so I can jig what I have, so I can replicate it. Make two of everything. So we got two there, and we should be good to go. Alright, well that brings us to the end of the bash bar front structure support. This is what we've come up with, as you've just seen. We were going to jig this front bar, but I honestly don't think it's the best that I can do. I've got some other ideas. I could probably make it a bit lighter. The bottom bar I could probably do out of a smaller diameter, so I'd probably think I could do better on the other car we have there, so I'll knock that one up on the other car and then jig it off that. So we decided not to jig that. I did, on the other hand, jig these supports here, which are our supports that go on to here, there. So I jig them because I think they're nice and light, pretty simple. I got a jig for them, so if we crash, I'm good with that. And then I made two of everything else for the front end. So although I didn't jig it, I've gone through and made two of everything except for that crash bar. So we can pretty much afford to bang some stuff up this season, and we'll have spares ready to roll. I have the jigs for the parts I really like, and for the other parts I'll just I'll make it better and then jig that. So what we got now is going to work perfect. We're going to get this ripped off and sent off to powder coating, because I'm going to powder coat the front crash bar. So I'll just get someone local to do that for me. And then, yeah, on to the next project. Thanks for watching. Let's get this baby done so we can drive.